Hello again, all. Before I get into the new pickup, I want to talk a little bit about something that a lot of people have actually been talking about right now, and it's kind of the hate and or love for Pastel. And I know that this isn't a new thing, people have kind of been going back and forth about this for a while, and some seem to believe that it stems from the way that Pastel interacted with Clown, you know, back when killer clowns were first made, the way that it ages. I'm kind of here to present the argument that maybe it was not the Pastel ruining the clown, but maybe the clown ruining the Pastel. As a matter of fact, my Pastel aged so well, I thought she was a completely different gene than all of the other Pastels I'd seen, because they all looked kind of brownish. And I was like, is that really a Pastel? Because Lucy had always been yellow. I had no idea when I got her 17 years ago that she was actually a really exceptional Pastel. A lot of Pastels actually age better than people think. I think that it's no surprise to anybody that Pastel is actually a great enhancing gene. It works really well with many, many genes, which is why it has been so prolific and widely used for such a long time. I think it's pretty clear that by the oversaturation of Pastel animals on Morph Market, that a lot of people are still breeding it or producing it as byproduct or incorporating it into other genes. Can you imagine if I actually bred her 15 years ago like I really wanted to? There are of course different lines of Pastel, and they, like the lineage of almost any visual gene, they vary quite a bit in quality, and you know, the better the parents, the better the offspring, so on and so forth. And then there are of course like citrus and lemon Pastels like Lucy here. And as you can see, even though she has bred and produced a clutch last year, she's actually gotten most of her bright color and contrast back, even though she browned out shortly after laying. Have a look-see at that. She still has very clean, bright color, great contrast, nice blushing, gorgeous fat head. Not all Pastels turn ugly and brown. Whereas, in fact, I think that most clowns actually age a lot worse than Pastels. Now, of course, a lot of people are doing really cool things with clown and combining them with a lot of really cool genes that help preserve the color and contrast and pattern. But if you just have a clown by itself, the yellows are muddy, kind of almost mustard color. The backstrap tends to fade a little bit. Everything kind of just grays. It doesn't even really brown, it grays. So in my opinion, clown by itself actually ages worse than Pastel by itself. Now, why am I even bothering to talk about this? Well, I think that Pastel gets a lot of kind of unnecessary hate. I think that there's nothing wrong with incorporating it into your projects. There's nothing wrong with, you know, producing Pastel hets for different things and trying to use Pastel as an enhancer for other genes, as we always have. And like anything, it's going to have its occasional, you know, no-go pairings. There's going to be things that it does not go well with. And that's not rare for as far as incomplete dominance or even recessive genes. There's plenty of things that just don't go well with other things. Clearly all of the hate for Pastel is a little bit unfounded, and it's honestly kind of a little bit immature just because it didn't interact well with Clown, which is one of the most popular genes right now, especially in high-end recessive projects. But like I said, I really don't think it's Pastel's problem. I think it's a little bit more of Clown's problem. As you can see, they don't all age like shit. Let me know down in the comments, should Lucy breed again? She clearly wants to. Should I give her what she wants? Should I give her a male? I don't know, maybe. Alright, thank you for listening to me ramble about that for a few minutes, and now on to the new pickup. So this little guy, who may not look like much, I'm kidding, he's fucking stunning. He may just look like a calico, but he is actually Het Monarch. Now this is not me being on either side of the coin, it just so happened to be a good deal that I saw and I wanted it. And I also wanted to be incorporating calico into a lot of my other projects because it has exceptional blushing, thick, dark pattern, high white contrast. That lovely tail action. Nice pattern dragging. But also this guy was a really good deal for being Het Monarch. He's already about a year old, even though he's still quite small. A lot of Monarchs and Hets are actually going for quite a bit of money right now. But I remember when I saw my first Monarch, I thought it was absolutely beautiful. Incredible contrast, bright brights, you know, kind of chocolatey coffee darks. So I am a huge fan of contrast, in case I haven't talked about it enough already. So that just seems like a good move for me to make. Now this doesn't mean that I would never buy into Ultramel. It doesn't mean that I have any issue with the way that Ultramels look or the fact that other people work with Ultramels. The only reason at this point that I may not buy things that are Ultramel is maybe because I might get them confused with my Monarchs. I know that some visual examples can look a little bit similar. He came from Tyler's Toxic Balls. Thank you so much, guys. He was very good in working with me since I was in the middle of a move and I was actually waiting on racks to come. He allowed me to do a short payment plan and to kind of hold off until I could have him shipped, but he ended up coming to a local show in my area, so just to mitigate the whole shipping hassle, I went and did a local pickup anyway and made room for the time being. So thank you to Tyler and his dad. They were really nice and helpful in working with me and they made the process rather painless. So I plan to breed this little guy next year, not this fall, but the following fall, and to get a female for him in the meantime. If anybody has a Het Monarch female and they want to make a recommendation to me, feel free. I like to work with dark genes, things that increase contrast, preserve color, and increase features like flaming, blushing, and thick pattern. Basically, I want everything to look sexy as fuck. Forever. One more time for the camera. Ooh. Ooh, that's nice. Pretty. Is it just me or calico is highly underrated? Things are going to pick up now that we are in... Things are going to pick up now that we are halfway through moving month. So I'll be in the new place by the end of May. I have new snakes and new racks on the way, so that means a lot more content for anybody that gives a shit. I know that things have been going slow, but I am keeping shit going in the background. I'm still pairing animals, I'm still shopping for animals, but obviously the move has consumed a lot of energy. And on top of that, I am planning a wedding occurring later in the year, so it's a busy year. But once we're moved and settled, then I can focus on just that and the businesses, and I'll be able to put a little bit more mental energy into this rather than just kind of lurking in the background like a creep. And last minute update, Alice, my current breeder for this year, did ovulate. I caught a picture of it on the Tapo cam, and that's on my Instagram if you want to see that. And that will conclude my second season, and this little guy, as well as a few other snakes that will soon be revealed, are going to take me into my third season. The growth is slow, but it's happening. Alright, thank you for joining me for this one. I'll make another update video after the move, after my other pickup arrives and the new racks are set up and everything. And then we'll really get this show rolling. I know it's been slow to go so far. I appreciate everybody who's subscribed already or viewed my videos, given me likes. You know, you're really awesome for giving me support, even though I'm literally nobody and I haven't done very much yet. So, you know, you guys are really cool. Alright, y'all, happy summer, have an excellent one, and I'll see you next time.